Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying to make my own prom dress. And I'm really excited but also kind of nervous about how this is going to turn out. If you're new here, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot and I really appreciate your support. Now let's get into the video. So the very first step of making this prom dress is cutting out the fabric with the pattern I have. It was a free pattern from a website which I'll link in the description box below, and that means I had to tile print it out and tape all the pieces together, but it was really easy. So this is the fabric that I got to make the dress with. I think I bought this online from a website called Fabric Online Wholesale Direct. I've never ordered from this website before, so I didn't know what to expect. The fabric was really cheap. It was less than $25 for 5 yards. And it's a really nice fabric. I'll link it in the description box below as well, and I definitely recommend buying from them. This was my first time buying from them, and the fabric showed up at my house within a week of when I ordered. I'm not sure how the camera is picking it up, but it's a nice, on the darker side, red. In the monitor it looks a little bit brighter than it is in real life, but I thought this was a really pretty color and I'm excited to use it to make my dress. The pattern is a little weird looking because it's all taped together. It kind of looks like this. The pieces are huge because they are for a prom dress and it is a full-length gown, so I can't even show you them all here, but you'll see it soon. So what I'm going to do is pin the pattern pieces in place and then cut them out. This is the first step. I'm really excited. So honestly, pinning that was pretty hard, mostly just because of how long the pattern is. Like I said, it's a full-length gown. It doesn't even fit completely on the table all at once, and also because the length of the fabric, there's still all this extra that's going to be the other piece that I need to cut out. I'm just gonna go for it and cut this front piece out, and then we'll do the same with the remaining fabric for the back piece. So I finished cutting the pattern pieces out, and honestly, I think that's the scariest part of making a dress. It's just really stressful because you can't reverse what you're cutting. There was so much leftover fabric. I'm not sure why it said I needed 5 yards. I guess it's better that there's a lot left over than too little, so I'm not complaining. I'm just surprised at how much there is left. Better to have too much than to have too little. So I don't want to take the pattern piece off the front piece yet because I need to mark the darts, but I am interested to see what the back piece looks like. So I'm gonna take the pattern off of this piece and see how it looks. I only made one other dress before this, so I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I am hoping for the best, and honestly, this didn't look like it would be too hard to make. The other dress I think was more complicated. So this piece is going to be the back of the dress. The back has a lace-up design, which I'm sure we'll have lots of fun creating later. And the pattern is by Mood Designer Fabrics. It is the Todea Dress. Todea? Todea? I don't know how to say it. Let us unfold the back of the dress. So this is where the lace-up bit will be. This is the back piece of the dress. So after cutting out the pattern pieces, I'm going to be making the darts in the front part of the bodice of the dress. I'm gonna mark the darts with some chalk, and I'm watching a YouTube video to help me remember how to do it. have pinned the darts in place, you can kind of see them forming here. So now all that's left to do is to start sewing them. So let's start with the first one. We're going to back stitch at the beginning here. So when you reach almost towards the end of the dart, I need to make the stitch length as small as possible. It turned out well. That wasn't that hard. Now let's do the same with the second dart. Alright, we have the second dart complete as well. I think this one also turned out good. This is going to be the bodice of our dress. So the next thing I'm going to do is sew the front and back pieces together at the sides. So first I'm going to pin them and then sew them together. Alright, so I finished pinning both sides of the front and back pieces together, which means it is time to simply sew a very long straight line down the whole length of the gown. So I am just going to sew down both sides of the dress and then I will be back. So I finished sewing both edges, which means that if I flip this inside out, we can have a very rough idea of what the dress is going to look like already. So let's flip it to the right side. This is the top part of the dress, and here we have the back. This is all the skirt. I'm gonna just actually try to put it on and see what happens. I'll just put it on over my clothes. So you can kind of already see, if I hold it like this is how the dress is going to sit. I do have my clothes on. I am so excited now, especially that it fits, because I was really worried that I was going to choose the wrong size with the pattern. What I did is the top half of the dress is a size 8-10, and I combined the pattern to make the bottom half a size 12-14, which is usually a few sizes larger than my regular size, so I think this pattern might run a little bit small. I'll see you tomorrow when I'm going to continue working on the dress.
The next day.
Hello, it is the next day and I have returned, the only difference being that I now have a necklace on and I am ready to keep going on this dress. The next step that we're going to be working on today with this dress is applying the binding, which is something I have also never done before, but you know, you always gotta have a first time, right? So we're going to be applying this binding to like the top part of the dress, and eventually this will become the strap as well. So that's what we're doing right now. Time to sew it and see if this actually works out or not. I'm a little worried. Alright, so I just got to do this on the whole neckline, and then I got to do it on the curved part of the back as well. So I will be back in a moment for you, and who knows long for me. Alright, so I have returned again and I have put the binding all over the front bit. It was really hard. I'm hoping that was the hardest part of this whole project because it was just difficult, but like I said, I've never done it before, and even though it was hard, I think it turned out okay, so I'm happy that is over with. Now the next step that we have to do is to add the straps of the dress. So what I'm gonna do is I've pinned the strap piece in the back of the dress here, and then I'm going to try it on and mark with my chalk where the strap should be so I know exactly where to sew it for a perfect fit. Okay, so you can see the strap will be something like this. So I'll cut the strap to be about this long. So now I'm gonna unpin this in the back. So this is the strap, and I'm gonna just cut a second one the exact same length so that they'll be even. Okay, so these are the two straps, and I'm actually going to hand stitch them on because I'm a little worried that I might do it wrong, and so if I hand stitch them on, they'll be easy to adjust or take off. I just feel more comfortable hand stitching this. So let's do the straps. So I'm actually quite happy with how the straps turned out, which I'm surprised by, but surprised in a good way. So they fit pretty well, I think. So now the next step is to make the lace up back, and I have this satin cord that I bought from Hobby Lobby. So first I'm going to pin in place for the corset back and then sew across the line. So we'll see how that goes. Now that I've finished the loops on the dress, I am going to quickly hem it off camera and add some finishing touches. That means it's time for the grand reveal. Are you ready? So how did you like the dress? I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I had a lot of fun making it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your support, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!